Alright, how's it going guys? Ace here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this villager breeder here. Now, I haven't given them a chance to actually sleep yet, so they haven't started actually breeding yet, but you can see the farmers are actually going after all of the crops there. They are replanting, which is great. Um, Actually, I do see there is one empty there. But yeah, 1.14.3 does still have some bugs here, and once they actually do start breeding, I'll probably try to show you here. Alright, so yeah, once they get to a point where they can't just throw all of their stuff at each other, they will actually start to breed. Okay. Yep, there we go. There's little baby. Now you see the baby did go over here to sleep, but should see hopefully soon. Oh, there we go. Alright, now we can see the baby has made its way to the nether. Walks off, and now he's trapped there forever. Probably should make this cage a little bigger, just in case. We don't want any random ghasts to fire at us if we're in here at all. But where you take them from here is completely up to you. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so to get started here, we have some grass blocks, which you could also use dirt blocks. You need some villagers, some glowstone, or sea lanterns, and I'll go into that in a little bit here. You can use some other light sources, but you'll have to finagle this a little bit differently here. Or if you, okay, so if you do finagle it a little differently, you will need actually 20 oak slabs. I'll do this actually half and half, so you can see what the difference will be. Some building blocks, which I got some oak planks and some glass blocks here. Gonna need 16 trapdoors along with 8 beds. We got some food here, which we'll use the carrots today. I'll recommend carrots or potatoes because seeds can actually clog up the inventory of farmers. Um, Need also some workstations. I forgot the workstations. But at least one will have to be a composter. So give me 1 second here. I'll go ahead and fix that. Alright, so we went ahead and got that fixed up here. I grabbed myself 2 composters and 2 barrels. That way we at least have some way to store things. It's always good to have something that's going to be useful for you. Um, where was I at? Okay, so gonna need some water buckets. Or if you don't want to carry a bunch of water buckets and you don't have a bunch of water around, you can use ice, which you can just break by hand. You could turn that into water, or you can use the one piece of ice along with the Silk Touch book right now. That's kind of a bug that might get fixed there in the future, but for today, I'm going to go ahead and use that to kind of help us out here. I grabbed myself some scaffolding just to make this easier on myself because I am going to be building this in survival. So to kind of start out here, I'm going to go ahead and actually scaffold up here. Yeah, that should be high enough. Alright, now that we've kind of established this here, I'm going to go ahead and start putting down some grass blocks here just to kind of start us out here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and make this a... it's going to be 11 by 11, actually. This is I consider this a slight improvement of the design that Waddles put out. But it does have its caveats here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be 11 by 9. And this side right here is going to be where the platforms go with the beds. And then over here as well. So let's go ahead and fill this in. Now, while you're up here, I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you this, but try not to fall down. I've already done that once here, but I decided to give myself some regen, kind of help myself out here. Hey, I think my mouse is actually starting to die here. I'm gonna have to get a new one soon. Either that or I just don't know how to aim. There we go. Okay, so we got that started out here. And right about, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where one water is going to go, and then bring this in by 2. And this is where a second water is going to go. So go ahead and drop down here. And we'll go ahead and cap these off here. There we go, there's one. And there's 2. You actually don't need that extra block there, you just need the 1. Alright. Like I said, just to kind of help myself out, I'm using the little glitch here that is still current. This may get fixed in 1.14.4, but so far the pre-releases haven't fixed this. You put down the ice, use a Silk Touch book, and you get the water plus the ice back. So go ahead and use that to kind of help us out there. And we'll actually worry about planting the stuff later. But what we'll do here, go ahead and put down some slabs. Now these are waterlogged, so the crops will still be able to grow here, and then we can go ahead and place down a barrel here, and here, and there, and there. Okay, so we have the 2 composters, we have the 2 barrels, and then this is what I was talking about for the tops of these. Okay, so you can use a slab to keep the farmers from going on top, or the villagers in general, and because when they drop down, they'll end up breaking the crops, and you'll slow down your crops. But the thing is, farmland is still something that mobs can spawn on occasionally, so you want to make sure that you have some light sources, so you can put that above, or instead of using the slabs on top of these, you can just put the glowstone. There we go, just like that. That'll help us out there significantly. And then for now, what we're going to do is we're going to place down these oak planks now. Should probably do something here about scaffolding. There we go, just like that. That's gonna work. Okay, so let's go ahead and put down the rest of these. And then right about here is where the beds are going to start going. So we got here, so we're going to put that there, 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 and there. So we have this 1 block here, we have this 1 block here. This is where the adult villagers are going to be able to pathfind, get to the beds, go to sleep. Alright, so now the baby villagers are going to have to be able to pathfind to at least here, and they're going to try and take the most direct route as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the little trick here with the trapdoors, and I'm using spruce. I don't know why. Okay. And we're just going to put these in front of where the beds are. And now from here, we just want to grab those slabs. Alright, now the slabs can actually go right here, or they can go up here. It's really up to you. We have the light sources here to keep mobs from spawning, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it right here, just as an extra precaution here. So we go there, and then we go here, and then we're going to go ahead and take out those 2 central pillars. Alright, and that is one side of this done. We'll go ahead and do the other side here. Alright, so we've gone ahead and got the beds on both sides here. We got the slabs, we got the trapdoors, so Pathfinding should be really easy here for both our adult villagers and our baby villagers. And now we can go ahead and start with the crops. So let's go ahead and start this off here. Now I know what you may be wondering, why did we want to put these slabs here? Well, if a villager happens to go into the water here, they'll go ahead and try and get out. When they do, they're going to be jumping, and they'll jump onto the farmland, which means that there's more of a chance of it getting destroyed. So we want to make sure that the farmland is still intact at all times. You can use a lily pad, but waterlogging slabs, I've noticed it tends to be a lot better. It's a lot harder to accidentally break if you have to come in here and you accidentally punch somewhere. Yeah, the lily pads just break off real easy, while this is, yeah, you actually had to like hold it for a while. But now we can go ahead and put down our carrots. So let's go ahead and put down carrots. Now, like I said, I do recommend using either carrots or potatoes, because if you use beetroot or wheat, the seeds can clog the inventory of some farmers. And pro tip here: if you're putting down farm or putting down any kind of crop here, and you run out of the one that's in your inventory here, if you use your middle mouse button, it actually auto selects whichever one is there. If you don't even have it, like let's say it's up here, and you middle click, it'll pop right into your empty slot here, which is really nice. I noticed a lot of people don't know that, so I just figured might as well provide that little tidbit there. Now, as far as the glass, this is just so I could see the villagers fairly easily. Let's go ahead and just go around here. We want to make this actually too high, so this is actually going to go up one more after this. And I'll be right back after I finish putting this in. Oh yes, just real quick. The corners here, if you're in 1.14.2, you want to make sure that you actually fill this in. 1.14.3, they introduced some new pathfinding AI, so they won't try to no mobs will try to pathfind through this little corner here. But just to be safe, if you're on 1.14.2 or 1.14.1, yeah, you want to make sure that that's taken care of there. So go ahead and finish this up. Alright, so there is the breeder actually finished here. However, what we don't have is the way to get the baby villagers out of here safely. But we do have underneath here. Now, how you handle this is completely up to you. Where is our scaffolding? There it is. Yeah, we want to place a way that we can get our villagers down. So, let's see here. Scaffolding is such a great block. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and put down some more glass. And you can use any block that you want for this, like I said. This is just so I can see what the villagers are doing. So we go ahead and put that there. Alright, so just to make things a little easier for you guys to see, I've gone ahead and turned off the connected textures here, so you can kind of count the blocks and everything here. So what will happen is the baby villagers will come down here, and they'll land in the water that'll be right here. And then from here as well, so it'll all come down to this one funnel here. Now, one thing I did notice that I missed is going to be signs, which we'll need, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 signs. So oak sign, and we'll just go ahead and shift. You can see this one's on the edge of this block here, so that should completely block the water. So let's go ahead and do our little ice trick real quick. There we go. And we only have to do this every other. There we go. And actually, since we have already got our water bucket here, there we go, just like that. And then we're going to go down here, and we're going to have the one right here, which is going to push them all the way along here and into whatever we use for our things here. Now, as far as where to take the villagers, if you don't want to make this, because normally I believe you have to do this like 100 and some odd blocks away to keep them away from being part of the village, or is it 64 or something like that? But I know it's a long way. Let me double check on that real quick. Alright, so I just checked Waddle's video. He recommended 80, which I'm going to take a guess it's actually 64, but you do still want to get it away. Now, you can do that, or what I usually recommend is actually use a nether portal. And after 15 seconds, the other side of the nether portal will basically turn off. It'll stop processing all the chunks that are inside the portal. So I'm actually going to stop it there, because it'll be up to you to go ahead and figure out how you're going to do that. If you're going to do like ice and signs, or if you're going to do like a step type deal like we did already here, or whatnot, or if you just want to go ahead and have it come up to another portal, and that way the babies go into the nether portal, and then from there you can transport them wherever you'd like, so long as it's away from your breeder. So that should do that. And I'll go ahead and switch back into creative here, just so you can get a good idea here. And I will go ahead and grab our villager spawn eggs. Like I said, you want to transport some villagers into here, and this way, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've had 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so we got 2 fishermen, 2 farmers. That's good. We should not have any issues. And one other thing I might recommend is go ahead and put a roof over here. I'll recommend glass, but you want to make sure that it's at least 5 blocks high above here, because you don't want any lightning striking your villagers, turning them into witches. But that should really be it. If I take one of these villagers here and I click them with the egg, you'll see a little baby pops up here. And if we pay attention to the baby, we should see that, okay, yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just going to say hi. And then after that, he says hi to another villager. And right there, he just walked off. There we go. We can see the villager is now being transported through and down into the ocean. Bon voyage! Alright, well, I hope that has been a wonderful tutorial there. If you are having some issues with it, like I said, there are some bugs in 1.14.3, like villagers just completely chucking all of their food at other villagers rather than the stacks of 16 like they normally do. So just keep an eye out there, but after some time, you should see some villagers starting to spawn. And yeah, that should be it. Until next time, this has been Ace, and peace.